morning, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Today is Tuesday. It is just before 7 a.m. and today is an exciting day for me. We are starting our very first roof replacement project of the 2025 season. So we've had a little bit of a slower start to the year, but our work is piling up. It's looking like we're going to have a great season. And our first project of the year is going to be a really big one. We're working with some really good products, some really fun products, things that I've never done before. And this is going to be a fun way to start the 2025 season. So I can't wait to start filming again, start bringing you guys along on all the projects and getting back to the craziness of the roofing season. So yeah, super excited. We're gonna go, as usual, load up on the trailer, get everything we need, and then we're gonna head back to the house and pick up Miss Henna. So temperature on the truck today is reading 6 degrees. It is a beautiful day out today. Clear skies. Over the course of the next week or so, the weather is a little bit iffy. There's gonna be days with some rain. There's gonna be, overcast days. So we're just gonna kind of have to see how everything goes and keep our eye on the radar and the forecast on pretty much a daily basis, and make sure that we're able to work in and around the rain. So this project, everybody will be there. Miss Henna, of course, myself, and Johnny will be there as well. Come and check out our lights. Everything's working as it should. All right, that should be essentially everything that we need. Okay, we're gonna go get the Miss Henna and we'll be on the road. All right, first project of the season. Oh, there's frost on the roof. Look at that. Oh, John's always wearing shorts. It'll be like winter time and he'll be wearing shorts. So shingles should be here for probably the earliest 8 a.m. We're second drop off for the morning, so they'll most likely be here around 9 a.m., something like that. Well, there's the beautiful old Reson shake project we did last year. So this customer is neighbors of a house that we did last fall, and that's how they got our contact information and everything. Hey, Johnny.
Hey there. Left over from last job?
Yeah. Well, I was like, why don't I just put it in the dumpster, and then I don't have to pay a dump fee. How I want to space it out, because the weather for the next week is kind of iffy. Like, you have a day of rain, day that's clear, day that's rain, day that's clear. And so obviously opening up a whole roof when there's rain the next day isn't ideal. So I think they have 2 skylights in the back, so there's a small little area there. And then they have some small overhangs as well, which are kind of a pain in the butt. Either chip away on one of those 2 things today. Their skylights currently leak, so we have custom skylight. I thought that was a truck. We have custom skylights that are coming for that, and with that we have to cut and make all the flashings. We have to put in attic baffles when all the plywood's off. And then I had to put in some new soffit vents. So they're gonna be, next year, they're gonna replace all of the soffit with vented soffit. Currently there's very limited vented soffit, and there's no louvers. So all that air is just trapped. It's not actually getting in the attic. We're just gonna spend the morning setting things up, but I'm gonna hopefully plan it so for a day that we at least have 2 days of clear weather per top side, just so I feel a little bit more safe about it. But obviously the goal would be strip the shingles, obviously, strip your plywood, install the new plywood, and have it underlaid in a day. That would kind of be my goal. So I think for now I'm gonna get some drone photos. And then we'll set everything up and kind of get a game plan from there once I check the weather. Today's beautiful. Today's great, but it's tomorrow. It's like, do you open up both skylights and with a chance of rain? Do we have enough time? It's because plywood's scheduled from 11 to 3 p.m. right? So if they show up at 3 p.m.
Are we cable here or something?
I know, right?
If they show up...
You're just seeing the other time options we had. What was the other one? Was it like, what, 11 to like 6 or something like that? And the other one was like 7 to 11.
It was late in the afternoon.
Crazy.
So what spilled out today? Did everything stay in pretty good or what? I will be fine-tuning this trailer till the day I die. We could take some of this drip edge up. We have a broom. We can take the broom up. I'll probably set up the flag. These 2x4s, these will be used for the curb of one of the skylights. Yep, so it'll be the same style as skylight we did a week and a half ago. Uh-oh, I'm doing it. Going on the ladder.
I could poke you with this.
Excuse you?
I could poke you with this.
Jeez, you're kind of scary.
So
All right, I gotta go put in some rope mounts.
you have to mount.
Thank you. Are you coming up here? What we're installing here, Johnny, these are, we're using a Malarkey Legacy shingle. So, standard architectural, but the bundles are smaller. It's 5 bundles a square instead of 3.
Oh my god.
So instead of, instead of 75 bundles, it's 105 bundles. If you guys are comfortable with going back there and tearing off that plastic, then by all means, around the skylights. So these are our 2 skylights. It's going to be a little bit interesting. I'm a little bit torn on exactly what I want to tackle today. You know, we could tackle some of this, some of the back porch. We could try tackling the skylights themselves. It'd be nice to get these swapped out. But the big thing is working around our rain. So if you look at our hourly forecast, and today's beautiful, today's great, but as we go into tomorrow, we got 60, 70, 90% chance of rain. It's not a lot of rain, but there is still around 1 millimeter called for the forecast. And then going into, that's for Wednesday, going into Thursday, again, more rain, only 70%, around 1 mil, so that could change. Might not get much at all. And then Friday, it's around 80% chance, again around 1 mil. So not a ton of rain, but they are still calling for it. So that's for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So the next 3 days. Then Saturday, Sunday, it's a really low chance of rain, so we probably won't get much. So it might push us all the way back to Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, you know, all of next week to really start tackling this. So it's not enough rain, not a lot of rain, but when you're opening up the entire roof, replacing all the sheeting and everything, ideally, you know, you want nice weather for it. So just kind of where we're at right now. Just kind of where we're at. Oh, do I hear a shingle truck? I do hear a shingle truck. Oh, shingles are here. Morning.
Morning.
How are you guys?
Not bad, how are you?
Good. I'll probably just have to do a peak pile over top of this garage.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can do a couple little like piles of 5 or something along the porch.
Yep.
And that should be good. I'll leave a couple on the ground because we have a couple little additions along the side that we'll do. 7 or 8 bundles on the ground. All right, we're gonna launch Mr. Droney up. Bunch of plywood go by. I wonder if that's our... I would be shocked if they were here this early. Is it gonna be... We can put them here too.
I don't think they're that heavy, honestly. They just look like...
Let's just put them here.
Are you sure?
Yeah, let's just put them here. We can carry her. It's just getting them up here is the biggest part. It's all right. It's okay. Yeah, this way they'll be out of the way, and it's all right because we're gonna have to tear all that out, and it'll just be in the way. So no, that's perfect. So this back porch, we could look at stripping. It's obviously a pain in the butt with all the plants, shrubbery, the rocks, and everything. But we could start chipping away at that, and then there's this little overhang, which you can just barely fit in, but you can fit in there, and it's enough to install. So we can tackle that, and we have obviously that little overhang as well to work on. So we could chip along on those things in the time being, but we obviously still need plywood. But those are small enough sections where if plywood took forever, I wouldn't be super concerned about it. So I think that's where we might start, because I don't want plywood to just get here and we just have nothing ready. I'd rather have something stripped. The skylights are a little bit too risky, I think, with all the incoming rain. So we'll get a couple rippers. It is tight. You could just fit.
Oh,
You've been back there?
yeah.
I took them for a walk.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you guys do that, and I'm just gonna do cleanup. I'm gonna grab a bucket and a tarp.
Yeah, we'll bring a tarp over there.
Yeah.
A couple rippers, obviously a ladder. Anything that we brought up that we will need, we'll bring over there and at least get started on something. Might be able to even fit a pitch hopper on there. What do you think, John? Should she be our master craftsman? She's the overseer, master, expert, elite craftsman. What's my title gonna be? I'm just Matt. All right, we're going up this tight little overhang. Ah, it's pretty cozy up here. Hey, these old prime grip rippers are perfect for this. Now, it's one thing going up these things, but going down and then turning around, it's kind of a different story.
All right, want anything?
I'll take a coffee, sure. Yeah.
I can be talking with coffee.
Okay, I have milk, sugar.
Sure, yeah.
Double.
Yeah, normally double for myself, and then I think John likes double as well.
Okay, awesome. And my door is open. Like honestly, if anyone
Sure.
wants to go to the bathroom.
All right.
You could be the new host.
Cut all those step flashing out, and then we might have to cut a 1/4 inch off the siding, put in our 3/8, 3/4, and then put new step in.
They grab the key.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
So I think what we got to look at doing here is taking some of these grinder wheels, and we're gonna have to cut back all of this siding, as well as all of the step flashings that are there. You wanna help me chalk this line, Johnny? Okay. If we need to take more off, we can, but we'll start with that. All right, well, we got that corner out. I'm gonna head over, we gotta pick up some flat stock and some sealant. So we're gonna go do that now, get a little bit of lunch in us. All right, well, Miss Henna and I, we got our flat stock, we got some sealant, so we're ready to go. We're still waiting on our plywood, but currently we're stuck in traffic.
Actually, we should text John.
And I could go right.
Yeah. Guy.
But yeah, we just pulled up to this intersection and there's a random trailer. There's just an unhitched trailer in the middle of the intersection.
And what did they bring to tow it away?
A
flatbed.
Yeah, of course, as soon as we
Like-
pull up, a flatbed's there, and now they're taking up the whole intersection. So Miss Henna, because we were on this end of town, we're gonna go pick up some paint that I ordered for both of these trucks. And because we have rain over the next 3 days, that's gonna be one of my projects that I'm gonna finish up. So we'll probably film that. You'll probably see that, and you might even see that later on in this video.
You can't teach me.
We'll see what happens. All right, well, Miss Henna and I, we're back to the site. We're gonna go tarp in those skylights that are in the back because we're definitely not gonna get there today. So I'll be happy if plywood shows up in the next hour and we can actually finish what we tore off. Haha. Hershey's here before the plywood. And yeah, if we can get it
As close as
out here,
possible.
that'd
Because
be
you
great.
don't need to open it, right?
No.
Yeah.
And ideally, we'll try to, especially we're on the top story,
Yeah. Park it right
we'll
down.
lay plywood down over the troughs and everything. It's nice if we can just slide right in.
I know what always makes it easier to work smart, not hard, man.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Today is Wednesday. It is just after 10 a.m. and today, well, right now we're off to go do a little roof assessment. I'm going to bring you guys along with me, and we have a ton of behind the scenes stuff to do. So the project that we were on yesterday, I'm assuming this will still be in the same video. We are looking at some pretty on and off rain. So if I pull up the weather network here, you guys can see from we were on Wednesday, and the majority of the day here is like 80 to 90% chance. Not a lot of rain, but when we're opening up an entire roof, replacing all the decking and everything, really any chance of rain, it kind of calls off the day. So for Thursday, we're still looking at 70% chance. Again, not a ton of rain. And then for Friday, again, 70% chance. And then it starts to clear up for Wednesday. So we're gonna kind of wait and see how everything goes. Maybe we can get something done Saturday, Sunday, and then early next week. But we got to kind of wait and see what happens. All right, so before we get on the road, we're gonna open up our Jobber app, and then I can see the assessment that's already been pre-scheduled and pre-booked by the client. So when the client requests, they can request a time, and then we'll approve, we'll schedule them in, and then everything appears on the home page of the Jobber app. So we're going to click on our client, and then we have a message to either call or we could text him. So I can just come over into the text field, I could type, "I'm on my way now." ETA is, we'll say 30 minutes. All right, well, we're on the road, we're heading over to our first roof assessment, but I thought I'd go over some of what happened yesterday. So yesterday was the starting day of basically our first full roof replacement project of the 2025 season. We did run into a few issues, one of those things being our plywood delivery not showing up on time. So yesterday I kind of planned on our setup days, we always take things a little bit slower, and I find it's best to not tear off a huge section of roof until you actually have material on the job site and you're ready to fill it in. Either that or, you know, clear skies and everything like that. But it's, yeah, we ended up tearing off, which you guys will see in the earlier part of this video. We ended up tearing off a smaller section of roof, a couple little overhangs, and the plan was to have all of our shingles arrive first, obviously get that all taken care of, and then unload all of our plywood, which was supposed to be there in the early morning to early afternoon, or sorry, late morning to early afternoon. And our plywood just never showed up. So we had all this roof uncovered and ready to go, and our plywood never showed up. So it put us in a situation where we have 3 days of rain, on and off rain, and we have all this roof exposed. What are you gonna do? I made the decision to just end up shingling it without the new decking, because it's, for me, is the best way to prevent any kind of water damage, right? If you're gonna open something up, typically you can just dry it in and it's good to go. In this case, I was just a little hesitant to, because we had that chimney there on the overhang, we had all those step flashings that led into the interior wall. There's really no way, unless you pull off all that siding, there's really no way to get that 100% dried in with just underlayment. So I made the decision to shingle it. Unfortunately, that means we're gonna have to tear it out and redo it when our 3/4 inch plywood comes in. So was it the best decision to rip all that out in the beginning? No, it was a mistake in judgment. I think going forward for all of our future projects, we won't really tear anything out, well, especially if there's plywood replacement. Convo is fantastic, they're very communicative, and they always will let us know if there's any kind of issues or anything like that. They're a great company to deal with. But where we're getting our plywood, they didn't call us. When I tried to call them, I got hung up on multiple times. They just had no answers for me as to where this delivery was. And it's not a small delivery, you know, it's multiple thousands of dollars for this delivery, and we expect it to be on time. And there's just no phone call, nothing. So it put us in a pretty kind of sticky situation. So what we're gonna end up doing is, we've already talked it over with the homeowner. Everything's all right. What we're gonna end up doing is we're basically starting from complete scratch, and I'm probably gonna have to eat a little bit of material. Thankfully, it's not a big section, but we're gonna have to take that out, replace the decking as it should be, and then put everything back in place. And that's just the way it is. This customer is paying a lot of money for this roof replacement, a lot of money, and they deserve to have it done 100% properly and the way it was originally planned to be done. So we're gonna make it work. There was also that really tight section in the lower overhang. I'm not sure how much of that was on film. I kind of sent Johnny over there in that direction. But to fit 3/4 inch plywood in there was really tricky, and it was something I didn't see during the initial inspection and estimate because it was winter time. So it didn't get, that little corner didn't get factored in. But this always happens on every job, right? Every job you're gonna have something that kind of gets in your way, or it's a little bit of a problem area. Typically, right? Typically you're gonna have something. And this is that one thing. So we're gonna have to play with it, see what the best course of action is. The customer at least wants to put new sheeting with 3/8, because their hopes with going with the 3/4 is they want to put steel on top of it at some point. And which I think is fantastic. That's great, awesome. But they will never be able to fit 3/4 inch plywood as well as steel paneling underneath that overhang. So that's something that either the soffit, the fascia, is going to need to be rebuilt, it's going to be reworked, or they just maybe don't put steel in that section. That's potential as well. But we're going to kind of see how it goes. We'll figure it all out. But basically, just so you guys know, going into when we do continue this job, it'll probably be at the end of this week or early next week. Just know we're basically starting from scratch. I don't even know if I should include, I probably will include yesterday's footage into a video, but it's just mistakes. It's mistakes you make as a contractor. It's things that will make us better, make us grow, and we're not gonna make that same mistake again. So yeah, just a little update for you guys. I want to be transparent with everybody on the channel. A little bit of an error in judgment there, but we're going to make it right, and we're going to make sure everything is 100%. So yeah, so now we're on the way to the roof assessment. I'm going to stop in at the supplier and figure out what's going on with this plywood delivery, because I still haven't got a phone call. It's the next day. I still haven't heard anything from them. So we got to figure out what's going on there. And then I have some paint work that I want to do both on this truck and the white Ram. So I'm sure if you guys have watched our videos, the white Ram has a little bit of rust. You know, it's a work truck. It's beat up. It's got a little bit of rust on it. So my plan is to sand a lot of that out. I want to body fill it and repaint it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my recap of the day, or of the last 2 days. I will see you guys over at the roof assessment. All right, guys, well, just leaving that project, had a little chat with the GC, I guess, or the contractor that contacted us. Didn't end up filming the job, mainly because I was talking with him the majority of the time, but I will throw up some quick little pictures of the damaged area up on screen right now. So yeah, I think best course of action for this one is removing all the siding on that side of the dormer, get that corner fully exposed, and we'll remove about a 3x3 section of shingles. And we'll either use a peel and stick flat roof product, or as you can see from the photos, the valley metal is cut short and there's like a blue skin product installed on top of it, but it also is very short. So I think the best course of action is pulling out all that material and fully getting a really good underlayment up along that dormer wall, making sure step flashings are nice and high on the wall as well, and reinstalling our valley metal also really high on that wall, because as you can see, everything's cut really short. So all the water and ice and snow that builds up in that area, it just flows right over top of the flashing and gets in right behind. And once I lifted up that valley metal, you could see a pretty significant size opening in there. So yeah, that'll take care of the issue. We'll send over the client a price and then go from there. That customer had actually seen our YouTube videos, so he did a little bit of homework on us as a company and saw that we make YouTube stuff and watched a couple of them. So I thought that was pretty cool, man. That's the first person I met just kind of out in the random public that have commented on the fact that I make YouTube videos. All right, guys. Well, we just got out of Home Depot for a plywood, and they still have zero answers for us as to why it's delayed. They said they've never even seen that before while working there. Of course, that happens to us, but it's all right. We'll roll with it. We'll make sure it works. We can't work today anyways. It's currently raining, but we'll get it sorted hopefully sooner rather than later, and they actually communicate with us a little bit on what's going on. So we'll figure it out. Now we're gonna go head over to Napa, see if we can figure out our paint that was mismatched, and then I might stop in for a coffee and do some office work. Everybody say hi to Miss Henna. We're over here at Timmy's. She's at home. Good morning, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Today is Friday. It is just before 8 a.m. Miss Henna and I are off to go May 23rd. What did I say?
It is Friday.
All right. It's Friday, May 23rd. We're off to go and sort out our plywood delivery. So it's a bit of a long story, but our plywood never showed up in the previous portion of this video. So this current project is put on hold. I thought about tying in all the footage from this job all into like one video series per job, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I think these vlogs are more so just behind the scenes of our life and what's going on and the realness of, I guess, running the roofing business. So we're just gonna keep it rolling. This is what we're going through. Yeah, so we're headed off there now. We'll get that plywood unloaded. The plywood drop is for anywhere from 7 to 10 a.m. and then we have convoy coming back to boom it up to the roof at around 10 to 11. So fingers crossed, everything goes all right and we don't have any more headaches. All right.
Woo woo.
Temperature on the truck today is reading 7 degrees. Overcast, light rain for the majority of the day. Yesterday it rained all day. But yeah, we have 75 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood. It's getting boomed up to the roof. It was, so the material supplier we originally ordered the plywood from, they told us they had a boom truck. They were able to boom it directly onto the roof. And it turns out after our plywood never showed up, we didn't get a call or anything like that. We went into the store and they told us that, well, we don't have a boom truck. We can't boom your plywood up.
We can only boom shingles.
So the communication between their back-end supplier or warehouse where they actually take the product from and deliver it was really bad, and they weren't actually, they had to cancel the order, but they weren't able to get a hold of anybody to cancel the order, and they weren't able to directly give me a refund to fill out a new order. So it was kind of just a waiting period where they had our money, but they weren't giving us our material. And they weren't able to like directly translate the order from a boom truck to a flat deck delivery to like a ground drop. So it was just kind of a mess of a situation. But hopefully it's sorted. They're supposed to be calling me once they're on their way. Fortunately, I haven't heard anything as of yet, but if I know boom truck drivers or delivery truck drivers, they're not always the best at giving a heads up call. So who knows, we might show up and it might be already on the ground. I'm not 100% sure. So we're gonna go check everything out, and like I said, hopefully, fingers crossed, everything is fine. All right, Miss Henna and I are just pulling up to the job site. We got a voicemail from, I'm hoping is the Home Depot. Let's take a listen.
Your delivery will be arriving within 30 minutes.
It's a robot.
Please ensure that your driveway is clear.
Oh yeah, okay. Very good. All right. Well, Miss Henna and I are trying to get her trailer key out of the door. It's like on a little magnet case. It's like stuck on the frame, and it's probably right about here. So Miss Henna's arms are the only ones that can fit in there. So she's. Oh, I thought you had it. All right, YouTube, we're sending you in the zone to be our little spy cam. Probably went behind the plywood or something like that. So I have two options. I can basically break our weld over there, or I can just go back and get the other one. We could do that. That's probably what I'll end up doing, because I don't want to have to re-weld it. So, all right, well, our plywood has arrived. We're gonna go make sure it gets put in the right spot, and then we need to run over and get keys for the trailer, because we're dummies and completely forgot to bring them along. With the new truck, I haven't got a new set of trailer keys put on this set yet, which is my fault. We do have a spare in the trailer, but unfortunately we can't get it. So can we, Miss Hannah? We tried. We can try again. I can leave you here while I drive over and see if you beat me to it.
No, if I couldn't get it before, there's no way I'm getting it now.
Oh, there's our sheet. That thing's pretty cool.
Someday let me play with one of those ones. It was a bad idea.
Yeah, that's a really bad idea. All right, thanks, man. That's it, yeah? Do you need any paperwork or anything, or? Paperwork's there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a picture, that's it.
Cool, thanks, man. Take care. Oh, this is Home Depot. Hello? Hello?
Hey, Matt, it's Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Did you find it yet?
Yeah, it just got dropped off.
Okay, so they dropped it off at your property? Because the latest I got is they dropped it off next door at 345.
No, he just showed up now. Yeah, he just finished unloading it, and we were on the property, so yeah, it's all good.
Okay, thank God. I was going into another panic here. It's like, unreal.
So was I. Yeah, of course we forgot our keys, so we got to head back home, then make it quick back to the job site to meet the other boom truck.
Of course you did.
Yeah. It's all right, Gary. Thanks for all your help. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, you take care.
All right, thanks, Gary. Take care. Bye. All right, just pulling up to the job site. Looks like they got a skid on the truck. They're ready to lift.
You're late.
Hey, yeah, I know. How are you guys?
Great, how are you?
Good. Long time no see.
Been a minute.
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Nice.
This plywood thing's been a real pain in the ass, so we're happy to
Find out.
see it finally get up there. Because it's all 3/8 on there right now. I guess they still got to pay you, eh? Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have been up there.
Yeah, that's what they were waiting for.
They were just saying you need a bigger flag. I love the flag.
I want to get, well, we're right in the middle of doing some rebranding. So
Oh, really?
I was about to order a couple more.
What's wrong
We'll
with your
just
brand?
get like 10 flags.
What's wrong with your brand?
I want to swap up the logo.
Same name though?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the one we might go with.
Not even. That's good.
But we're still going to tweak it.
Yeah, but that's clean.
That would be like a logo we'd put on the side of trailers and stuff, and this SR would be what we'd put on hats. And
I think that's nice.
I liked it too. We're gonna tweak it, still like similar colors,
Yeah,
and
don't overthink it
just
too much,
stands
but
out.
that's nice.
Yeah, thanks. It's good to see you're still in the unloading business. Wasn't sure if you're around this year, if you're going back to landscaping or
This
Good
is
stuff.
nice and quiet for me.
yeah,
I like this, yeah.
yeah. Especially when people are 20 minutes late. You guys just get to hang around and drink coffee.
Exactly.
Right? All right, so we're gonna try for 40 up on the top, put 25 down here on the porch and here, and then 10 on the ground. We gotta also keep this plywood covered. So we gotta take some of this underlayment.
We'll do that after we're done.
Now, what if we lay them flat? You won't be able to get the underlay tucked underneath.
Why don't we just use this next for one?
We will.
Okay.
It covers one pile.
Like a lot of times when I drop plywood on the roof,
Yeah,
I'll build up a pile like that,
yeah.
and then I'll literally just lay it on that pile so you're at a perfectly flat surface.
That's what we were thinking. We were
Well, I thought the thought was this.
a little concerned about the wind
Yeah,
lifting
so
it up.
A lot of times I'll see guys drive a spike through all of them.
Yeah.
At least it connects them, 2 plus bundles on the top. Always bundles go on the top.
All right,
just to
we
keep
can
it-
try that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that.
Bundles on top.
Just like that.
Set it on your stack,
Oh,
John.
no, not like set it like this. We
Is
don't,
that what you're thinking, or no?
I was talking on top.
Yeah.
no,
But you know what? Go.
we
your
don't
route.
want wind
Okay,
underneath.
hang on. We got way too many people talking. John, stop talking just for a minute. If we lay them on top, it'll lay a nice flat tabletop for us.
Yeah.
You're right, if we nail them all together, it'll be one solid piece. You can put a bundle on top, they're not gonna blow away. They'll be fine. It'll keep this edge off the deck. This edge, keep our underlay where it is.
Yeah,
It'll keep
so it's
every,
still protected
it'll
there.
keep everything dry. 7.
Try not
8.
to.
Bring the underlay to me. Hang on, leave those, John. We can't leave holes like that when it's gonna rain for the next week, so those all have to be sealed. All right, we'll bring her down here.
Do you want to get the underlay first?
This one's okay because we got this overhang. We'll just cover the top.
Okay.
7. You sneak it in there. How's it going?
It's good. He just told me that my monkeys joke is racist, so I said at least he's not Mexican. That made it way worse. Well, I told him John's our monkey, homegrown.
Is what?
Our homegrown monkey.
Yeah, special laboratory.
Yeah.
Say it again.
How many sheets have you guys ever done in a pile? You guys make some big.
Some guys are nuts. At a certain point, I'll step away.
Yeah.
Take responsibility away from myself. But I've seen some big stacks.
Yeah.
Like, what's that?
Well, that's about what's up there.
No, more than that then.
But that's
Like,
only
almost
10
the
to
whole-
15 sheets.
Almost the whole lift
That's
I've seen.
ballsy.
Right?
Yeah,
It's a lot sitting on 2 or 3 rafters, man.
Yeah. Notoriously, your industry doesn't have the best of people.
No.
No, we know. Trust me, we know.
Right? So,
Well, we were thinking about using one for this, but
the peak
it was just a matter of we wouldn't be able to work.
It's just as easy to drive a couple spikes in and then make like a tabletop with your shingles. Yeah. To use that as a platform.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
It's just all the unloading that you guys don't have to do, right? You can set a skid on it and you're off. You like it?
Yeah,
Well,
he
you
loves
just
his
have
job.
to
This is my job.
Yeah.
Those peak pallets bother me.
You don't have
Getting
to
in the
worry.
way of what I'm doing. Hey, buddy. Look at you.
Actually, why don't we just cover the bottom too while we're at
Sure,
it? Fish.
just do it. Yeah.
John, a little more. Tug. A little more.
Here.
Oh, into the plywood. Slice through that like butter.
Oh yeah.
That was satisfying AF. Sorry about your COVID.
Oh, you're fine.
Just drops the roll of paper on his toe. That was satisfying.
I did that down there. All right. Well, Miss Hannah and I just finished dropping Johnny off. So we're gonna go grab a quick bite to eat. John had some spare headphones that he's not using. So Hannah is taking advantage of those. They're bright pink. Yeah, those are pretty cool.
I'm so happy. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So we have one for Miss Hannah, and then there's a pair for Bailey, I guess, as well. Bailey was in a video, in the last video we did. She was helping us out on the skylight job. So
Bailey.
yeah, so we're gonna go grab some food. I'm gonna go home and do some work on the truck. I wanna do some paint work, which I'll catch you guys up on once we're there. And then we have a little project we're going to check out at 4 o'clock. So it's 2:30 now, so we got a little bit of time to kill before then. I think my GoPro died halfway through drying in that plywood, but we finally got everything loaded up. It's good to go. Now we just need some clear weather and we can do work on that project. So everything's on hold for now. I brought everything with me. We got a couple smaller jobs we're gonna work on tomorrow, which will show you guys a little bit more when the time comes. So yeah, lots going on, busy, but for now we're gonna go grab a bite to eat. All right guys, we're kind of jumping through the day a little bit here. It is 1:30. Miss Henna and I are back home. I'm gonna go spend some time and work on the old white pickup truck. There's a bit of rust repair that we want to do on that truck. We picked up some rattle cans that are paint matched, and we're gonna try and do some body filler and fix those up a little bit. So still not 100% sure what I want to do with that truck. We're either gonna fix it up and try and sell it, or we'll keep it as like a winter truck. And as just, it's when you're in the business of roofing, it's always good to have a second truck. Even if we don't have a second crew, it's still a good thing. It's really your bread and butter. It's your money maker. It's how you're going to go see your customers, get to your jobs, and a truck is really one of your most important tools. So we might end up keeping it, we'll see. But anyways, we're going to go do some of that work now. I have another appointment at 4 o'clock, so we'll be leaving here at 3:30. That's for a friend of ours. He has a little roof job that he wants to get completed. So we'll go head over there, get him a quote for all of that. And I think that's pretty much it for today. We'll probably spend the rest of the night working on the truck and see if we can get that done for tomorrow. But it's not necessarily a quick process. It's drying times in between coats of body filler and all the paint and everything, but we'll see how it all goes. So yeah, this is kind of what we're working with right now. So we got a decent amount of bubbling. What I'm trying to do is keep the grinder below this. There's a body line right here, and so I'm trying to keep it below that, and then when I go to paint, we'll be able to, what I typically do is I'll take some newspaper, fold it up, and then paint straight on, and then that'll give me a decent feather onto the existing paint. So it's obviously not going to be perfect. This is that's not really what we're aiming for, but we should. I'm just hoping it'll look a lot better, which I'm confident it will. So I think what I'm first gonna do, I still got a little bit of grinding I gotta do on this side, so we'll get cracking at that.
There we go.
Guys, we're just finishing up with the truck. It's coming up on 3:30. We gotta go see Alex. He has a small little roof replacement we're gonna do for him. That's about a 20-minute drive from us currently. We did make there's still a lot of work to get done on the truck. Once we finish with Alex, we're gonna come back, keep cracking on it. We'll probably be doing that for most of the night. And we'll see how far we get. I'm hoping to finish it by tonight, but that might be a little bit ambitious. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm gonna stop it at the house, get a few things, and then we'll be on the road. The first thing we always do before getting on the road is we open up our Jobber app. From there, we can see we have Alex right on the agenda for 4 p.m. We can click right here, we can click directions, or we can also click on my way. So we'll send him a little on my way text message, 15 minutes, send text message, and then we just click the directions button, and it's gonna take us right to his address. Start the GPS, we can see we're gonna arrive 2 minutes early, which is perfect for me. Hey man, how you doing, Alex?
Not too bad.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you as well, man.
How you been?
No, not too bad.
Yeah?
Do you want to go up on this side or not?
So we were gonna look at swapping out the underlay, I think, right? We were gonna put in like a heavy grace underlay or something like that, and then obviously the shingles would be part of it, but and then you had, what is there, a bathroom vent, or is it you wanted some attic vents, or?
Just some attic vents.
Attic vents? Okay.
And and there's a 4-inch vent, like a bathroom vent that I'm gonna need on the other side. There is one on the other side, but it actually doesn't pick up that side of the roof. That's what I'm saying. It's a weird.
Because the roof's built over a roof.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's really weird.
How's business been for you?
Swamps.
Yeah.
I went from like nothing to absolutely swamp.
That's been us too. It's been we didn't have much coming in, right? Well, we had some coming in, but not enough people wanting to buy.
Yeah.
And now in the last couple weeks, it's like I'm a little in over my head. These are 10 years old.
Apparently.
There's not much stick on them. And there's quite a bit of granule loss on them too. I wonder what kind of shingle this is. I can't tell from here. I see the corners, how they just kind of lift up.
Yeah.
They're not completely gone. But like, you know, you can lift those up pretty easy.
Yeah.
And for 10 years old, those should be rock solid.
Yeah.
And there's like a pretty good amount of granule loss on them. You're kind of just down to the like fiberglass pad. The granule is really what like protects the shingle. Not that we get a ton of hail here or anything like that, but I don't know what looks better, half in or just leaving it.
Whatever.
If we did the whole thing, we'd definitely have to trim back that siding, and I would just recommend cutting it back and re-stepping the whole thing. Just getting your underlay nice and tight under that siding and re-stepping it all. And there's no kickouts on the end flashing, so all your water is just running in behind your siding.
Yep. Kind of figured that.
Oh, that's gotta drive you nuts, Alex.
Oh, that does drive me nuts.
Do you want me to check out the shop as well, or do you want to just leave that separate?
Oh, you're pulling my arm now because it's been in the back of my mind too, is doing the same.
Was it done at the same time, or?
I honestly don't know.
Let's go take a look.
Just destroying the place around it.
Yeah, so this happens when you don't overhang your shingle.
Yeah.
Is surface tension, like they still have drip edge, which is all fine and dandy, but if you don't have an overhang, that's what'll carry the water past. And then any kind of blowing rain that'll get pushed back in, it has the drip edge there to bring it off the fascia.
Yeah.
But without an overhang, the water will actually just completely bypass the drip edge and it'll still roll in.
Okay.
And then you can just see like the whole, you can see all the moss that's growing on the edge of the starter, and they're all soft.
I can see it from underneath here too. All the sheathing is water damaged all along here.
Yeah.
It's all moldy in there too. Yeah.
That's weird. It's almost like, it's like disintegrating the starter. It's mushy, kind of like cardboard. And then I just gotta check out the porch, and I think that's it, eh?
Yeah, the porch I don't know if you want to walk on it though.
Is it a little soft?
Yeah, she's a little spongy.
Okay. Is it the actual structure?
Yeah, it's only 2x4.
I'm just looking at the posts.
Oh, it's. I want to get rid of it all, like redo it.
Is it pretty sketchy?
I wouldn't personally go up there.
Okay, I won't go up there.
Yeah.
I'll just do it. I'll just eyeball it. And then I don't know, even maybe we just leave that out of the quote then, eh? If you're looking
leave
at
it for now because I'm gonna be redoing it, but it's
Yeah.
a matter of redoing part of the siding too because the way they tied it in.
Yeah.
And I got to talk to the city about it because I'll have to get permits for all that. So.
We'll just leave
Yeah.
that for now.
I don't know. Maybe treadmill with me later.
No, absolutely. All right, guys, just leaving that bid. Everything went pretty good. We'll make a couple quotes for Alex there and get him on his way. Did some resealing for him. We'll have to do some reworking with the flashings and the siding there. Probably have to trim back the siding and redo all the flashing work and get everything fixed up and ready to go. He's got some weird venting going on with that home as well. With the age of the house, there's actually an existing roof that's underneath of the roof that's there now. So the venting situation is a little bit tricky and might be related to the age of the shingles, because the shingles they're not curling or anything like that, but they are seeing a lot of granule loss and they are losing a lot of their sticks. So that tar, I can't tell the grade of the shingle, what kind of shingle it was that was installed. It could have just been a cheap product at the time, and that's why it's degrading as quickly as it is, because according to him, when he bought the house, he was told that it was only a 10-year-old roof, whereas that looks like upwards of, I mean, geez, almost a 20-year-old roof. So definitely some work that has to be done there, some venting work and yeah, but we'll get them taken care of, get them some numbers sent here shortly. For now, we're gonna head back home. We're gonna continue working on the truck and yeah, see what else the night has in store for us. Good afternoon, guys. Hope you're all doing well. This is Matt from the future, just in the middle of editing today's video. I wanted to show you guys some of the progress we made on the white rim. Don't really have a before photo for you guys, but if you watch the vlogs, you know it's kind of beat up and there was quite a few spots on it that were pretty rusty. So we took care of quite a few of those, and it's not perfect, but it looks certainly a lot better and a lot more presentable for when we go to see clients. So yeah, as far as the whole plywood situation and that roof being loaded, everything is ready to go, and we will be resuming the project for tomorrow. So you guys will see that video later on in the week. Yeah, happy all that is done with and over, and we can finally get to work. Weather for Monday and Tuesday are looking good. Wednesday, Thursday, more rain, but we have some smaller projects to fill in. And then Friday, Saturday, and then all of the following week all look great. So we should be able to get it done, probably not this week, but the week after. So yeah, just want to say thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. Check out the link in the description for our job replacement. If you are a business owner or someone who wants to check out the software, you can get a 15-day free trial and 20% off for the first 6 months. Yeah, other than that, thank you guys for watching. We love you, and we'll see you in the next one.